Alright, hello, citizens of the Nigelverse. It is Nigel here once again, and this is going to be another wrestling review. We are looking at our last Royal Rumble match for the month of January. And of course, because last week we did a match that happened at a Royal Rumble event, this week is, of course, a actual Royal Rumble match. Now, if you remember from, I believe, 2023, it was reviewed this, but if you remember back in 2023, or it may have been last year. I'll have to check to be sure. But basically, if you remember, we reviewed the 1988 Royal Rumble match, which was the first Royal Rumble match, technically, because they did do like an off TV Royal Rumble, kind of like a test Rumble. But this was the first official Royal Rumble, at least in terms of the record books. However, that was a TV special. The Royal Rumble, still fairly new concept, so it ended up being a TV special. Plus, they did a lot of TV specials back then, of course. But this is now the first Royal Rumble on pay-per-view. This is when the Royal Rumble became more of a pay-per-view event, and they start to kind of take it a little more seriously, and we would see how the Royal Rumble match would continue to evolve as the years go on, even in as brief a glimpse into the timeline as this is okay. I'm not seeing it, so it must have been from 2023. Okay. Yeah, so back in 2023 is when I reviewed the 1988 Royal Rumble. But now the question that we have to answer is, how'd they do a year later? Let's find out. It's time to review the 1989 Royal Rumble match. So, of course, as always, I am not a professional wrestling reviewer or analyst or anything like that. Just a man who enjoys a good time, and I had a pretty good time with this one. Obviously, because this came right after the 1988 Royal Rumble, this was the following year. We're going to do some comparing and contrasting, of course, and we'll see how this one holds up compared to the previous year. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, if you've seen these reviews of mine before, you kind of know how this works. If you haven't, I'm going to be talking about what I liked and disliked about the match. So, starting with what I liked, now that they kind of have had a formula with the Royal Rumble and kind of how it works, kind of have that kind of have it laid out to how it works. Now we see them starting to incorporate some more things and provide us with some more of what will become in later years some Royal Rumble moments. So, a couple include Andre the Giant eliminating himself from the Rumble after Jake the Snake Roberts brings out his Python Damien, and of course, Jake and Andre were feuding at this time, and Andre the Giant is deathly afraid of snakes, at least in kayfabe. Some other ones include the Warlord setting a record that would be held for about the next 20 years, or lasting only 2 seconds in the Rumble before being eliminated. We see some more kind of dissension between Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage leading into their match at WrestleMania 5. If you haven't already, go check out that review. Go check out that review I did last year. And so, some stuff that sets up for the future, especially as we head towards WrestleMania, and some moments in the match as well. A lot of a decent talent pool, I would say. A lot of future legends and some current stars in there, such as Hogan and Ted DiBiase, who is the runner-up. Big John Studd, who ends up winning the Rumble. To add that feather in his cap there. It starts off with Axe and Smash at Demolition. Now, we've seen plenty in later Rumbles with tag team partners being in there and them working together to take out the opposition. But when it comes to Demolition, all bets are off. Probably because they're the only two in the ring as they go after each other. So that was kind of cool there. Big John Studd, like I said, picking up the win, immediately beating the crap out of Virgil for or attacking him after Big John Studd, of course, eliminated Ted DiBiase. So some moments like that kind of help flesh out this Rumble. Well, now they kind of feel comfortable with the formula. Now, oh, they how that things are a bit more set in stone. Ona now taking some liberties and like I said, providing us with some more of the moments and the ebb and flow of this Rumble. Well, there's been better ones later on, but I do like it. I would say more than the 1988 Royal Rumble. Well, well, so them, and I think that also boils down to them kind of getting things down packed as well. Moments like that and made for a pretty decent Rumble here and a pretty decent like glimpse into the past. Like I said, especially with some future legends such as the Rockers, including a young baby-faced Shawn Michaels. So there's plenty of moments like that, making for a like I said, decent Rumble here. In terms of what I didn't quite like about the match, maybe this is a little unfair, but we do have an unfair elimination. Not the last we'd see of that, as Hogan gets rid of the Big Boss Man by pulling him out from the ring, I should say, after he was eliminated fair and square, mind you, by Big Boss Man and Akeem, aka the Twin Tower. There's now Jesse Ventura, which is Jesse Ventura and Gorilla Monsoon on commentary. Jesse Ventura pretty much calls him out immediately, chastising Hogan, and you know what? He's got a point. He's definitely got a point. I mean, man, and I'm just talking about Hogan the character, not obviously Hulk Hogan the person, aka Terry Bollea, but even as Hulk Hogan the character, for as uber big of a babyface as he was for a lot of people, and he definitely was. Man, he was kind of a jerk sometimes. And I'm not even talking about how the continued dissension as like Macho Man was eliminated, and him accusing Hogan and not really helping him out, leading to them kind of having their confrontation before Elizabeth separates them. But Hogan, buddy, I know you're upset. I know they're the heels, but you gotta eliminate it fair and square. Just you gotta take the L sometimes, you know. You gotta take the L. And Jesse Ventura calling him on it. Gorilla Monsoon arguing with Jesse Ventura about it. It was admittedly pretty funny, but it is kind of annoying when you have like the unfair eliminations like that, especially because now I think it probably wouldn't be as bad if they were a little more consistent about it. And they kind of would be in later years, but oftentimes, and mainly when someone goes out by accident, they kind of say, "Oh no, you gotta throw them over the top so they're not actually eliminated." That's kind of their jail-free card. Here, they didn't enact that. Pretty much, that rule applies when it's convenient, and pretty much they bust out the rule of like, oh no, you gotta be eliminated by somebody active in the match only when they realize they kind of screwed up and they kind of have to bail them out. And we've seen that plenty of times. They kind of don't really do that anymore, such as like when I believe when like Austin accidentally got eliminated, Stone Cold Steve Austin that is got eliminated in the 1996 Royal Rumble, or like when Alex Riley got eliminated early in the 2011 Royal Rumble, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that does. It can get a little annoying. But speaking of annoying, sometimes, and I get it, like the heel face commentator dynamic, that Jesse Ventura and Gorilla Monsoon have, but at the same time, it does get a little grating. If we're being completely honest, it can get a little bit annoying and a little bit grating. But nevertheless, that's a pretty decent Rumble for the most part. I would say check this out if you're curious. And first Royal Rumble on pay-per-view, like you can tell they still don't quite have it down packed yet, but we're starting to see things kind of solidify, and Big John Studd gets a very big feather in his cap. A lot of people feel like this was this was it for Big John Studd. Now, unfortunately, because this was the early days, this was the days where winning the Rumble was the equivalent of winning jack squat. It wouldn't be later on until they start incorporating the world titles / the WWE Championship itself, or the chance to face the champion at WrestleMania, including Macho Man, who is the WWE champion or WWF champion, being in this match. So, stuff like that. You can tell still some growing pains, still trying to figure some stuff out, still trying to try to go with the flow. But otherwise, it's not really a bad Rumble. It would get better later on, though. But nevertheless, that is going to do it for this review. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor: like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and turn on post notifications so every time I upload a video, so you can see as soon as it drops. And let me know in the comments below your thoughts on this match, my review. Did you like the match? Did you like my review of the match? Let me know. Oh, and of course, because the Royal Rumble is tomorrow, tomorrow will be predictions. In fact, I do have to head out, so I don't know if I'll be able to upload this tonight. I'm recording this Friday night, so if I have to upload tomorrow, then we'll get a dual upload. But in the meantime, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace.